Another Throwback Thursday here at Dakota News Now, and joining us this morning is none other than Lori Kent with the Local Podcast.
Yay! You know, Jeremy Roth really needs to start emailing me because I know some churches that have moved around here. Specifically, Renner has a church that moved a couple times. Come on, man.
I know. You should just take his job.
Yeah.
You might have better puns too.
I don't know. I kind of like the puns.
You love it. Okay.
You know,
you either love it or you're like no.
I'm here for
no.
I'm here for a dad joke. What does Zach Dresch call it? He calls it the groanies, right? Where it's like,
yeah, okay, yeah.
But yeah, I kind of love them.
Okay, there you go.
But we are headed back to Renner. Actually, on the Village of Renner historical marker that we already talked about, there are two sentences that briefly reference a mother-daughter duo that robbed a bank. And I thought, that needs some more story.
That needs some attention right there,
Yes. And so I thought we would get to know these bank robbers or robberesses. I don't know. Is there a female term?
A robberess?
Yes, I kind of like it.
Yeah.
So let's go with it.
You don't hear about that
often.
often.
Let's do it. These brazen robberesses. So it's Catherine Rogers and her daughter, Zara, with a Z. And they end up going to Renner, South Dakota, and they rob the First National Bank of Renner, November 27th of 1925. Just trying to set the scene. 1925, that's the year The Great Gatsby comes out. Like, we are in the middle of the roaring 20s, and of course with our 2020 vision now, looking back, we know we are roaring towards a Great Depression.
Yep.
So it's not all diamonds and pearls. There's a lot going on in the economy at the time, and these people were not having a good life. They had a lot going on. Not that it makes an excuse for what they did, but it kind of sheds some light on possibly why they did it. So these women, they show up. One report says that they were dressed in men's clothing. Gasp! They were wearing pants, and they show up. The mother actually goes over to the bank teller. She puts a gun to his head. So this is an armed robbery. This is serious business. Zara then jumps over the counter and takes a bunch of literally coins, instead of paper money. So, maybe they should have talked it through a little bit. Like, I'm not sure, but they get away with somewhere between $90 and $500, which is a really big swing.
Yeah.
But even if it was just $90, that has almost $2,000 of purchasing power in 2025.
Yeah.
So it is a lot of money, but again, it's in coins. So they run away, they get in their old Ford touring car, they take off, and they head towards Del Rapids. A posse gets together immediately, but I'm not gonna lie, a lot of this posse comes out of the pool hall, so it takes a little while for them to get it together.
I believe it.
Yeah, so they get together and they're running after these women, but they don't catch them, and you would think they would have gotten away with it, but they don't. So within a couple days, they are downtown Sioux Falls trying to change in a bunch of pennies for dollars.
What? At a bank?
At a department store. Even better. It's like, you're going to launder money. I guess that was the way to do it. It's just maybe more discreetly next time, guys.
Yeah.
So when the cops show up at their house just to ask a couple questions, right away the mom's like, we did it. We needed the money. So it's a hard situation. The husband was a wounded veteran. These people had been in and out of not having a home, not having jobs. They had been arrested for liquor violations. And honestly, when you look at it, it feels like they really needed a hand up in life and they just didn't get one. You know, it doesn't excuse what they did, but it does kind of explain it a little bit. So the mother and daughter, they end up serving 3 years for this. Within about a year and a half, the daughter and mom get paroled. However, the daughter is immediately back in jail because she violates her parole by leaving the state. And so not a lot of lessons learned here. The rest of their lives is kind of a little checkered. And the husband ultimately uses this bank robbery as his reason to get an annulment like 20 years later, which makes zero sense to me how you could annul something after 20 years. But anyway, and also I'm not sure how clean his hands are in any of this either, because even though the newspaper is calling him a shell-shocked veteran and all these things, it's like, I feel feel like he knew what was going on. So
Yeah.
it's a little dicey there.
Interesting.
But again, they're the ones that did it. They're the ones that served the time. And this makes splashy headlines all over the United States. There's articles in the New York Times. It's everywhere because of these brazen robberesses that go to the First National Bank in Renner, South Dakota. So it's another fascinating piece of Renner history. Like, who knew?
So interesting.
It is.
This is one of my favorite stories again.
So
Lori.
cool.
Wow. And who knew that happened? Yeah.
No
right in this
clue.
area. So
And they almost got
interesting.
away with it too.
And they almost got, if it wasn't for the pool hall.
I know.
Love it. Okay, are you going to have a podcast out on this eventually?
Absolutely. Another
Okay.
one just came out on a different piece of Renner history just last night. So keep on tuning in for these Renner pieces of history.
Love it. Well, thank you so much for being here.
Yeah, thank you.
And stick around. We have more after the break.